Right now, Eyewitness Sports.
Well, it was a back-and-forth affair over in France this afternoon when the Utica Pioneers clashed with the Bordeaux Boxers. The Boxers are a part of France's top hockey league in the country, Ligue Magnus. For those of you who missed the live stream earlier this afternoon, it was an exciting one. Let's break down that scoring summary. The Pioneers came out ready to play as they got on the scoreboard first. Sophomore forward Chris Carroll finds the tip in to put Utica up 1-0 with 15 minutes left in the first period. Now it's still early, but Bordeaux then answered, making it 1-1 to end the first period. Puck drop for the second now, and Utica is awarded a power play. But shortly after that, Christian Acosta gets booked for an interference. Now it's 4-on-4. Bordeaux capitalizes on that opportunity, and it's now 2-1. Fast forward later in the period, and the Boxers find themselves on yet another power play. Now it's 3-1 for the home team. Utica was then awarded a power play, but couldn't finish, and the second period ends 3-1 in favor of Bordeaux. Bordeaux then scores a few minutes into the final period, making it 4-1. But Utica is able to answer with a goal off of an impressive backdoor cut from Aiden Perrick, making it 4-2 with 14:20 left in the game. Bordeaux doesn't take the Pioneers' goal lightly, though, as they answer with 13:17 remaining in the game. Utica was awarded yet another power play with 4:09 remaining, but unfortunately nothing came of that. The final from France was 5-2 in favor of Bordeaux, even though the Pioneers outshot the Boxers 29 shots to their 26. Even though they couldn't get the win today, what a great experience and great competition over in Europe. And now to the football field, where the Buffalo Bills have been hit with the injury bug this early in preseason. Sports director Josh Reed of our sister station back in Buffalo caught up with Bills defensive coordinator Bobby Babich on how well rookies have stepped up and adopted the defense in a time of need.
You look back at 2017, the Bills drafted Matt Milano in the 5th round, and he developed into one of the best linebackers in the NFL. 2022, they drafted Terrell Bernard in the 3rd round. Same story. Due to some injuries this preseason, they'll try to recreate the model, getting the most out of the young linebackers like Dorian Williams and, who knows, maybe even the local guy, Joe Andreessen. Defensive coordinator Bobby Babich explains how the Bills have had so much success at developing young players in the middle of their defense.
You know, when you're trying to develop players, I'll never forget there's a player here, and this is, you know, a positive and a negative, but there was a player here that was like, when I'm in the game, I hear your voice in my head, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. That's not good. But when you don't let little things slip, and we talked about making plays, okay? I'm on the backside of a play, and maybe my hands in a run play, and my hands aren't where they're supposed to be. Some people might let that go, but I think what we've done a great job here is all those little details, and it starts with Sean, is we don't let things slide. Because as soon as you start letting things slide, now it starts to become a habit. And that's not necessarily a good habit. So I think just the attention to detail, and it's hard on the young guys. It's hard on the young guys. I think I tell you create a lot of anxiety for these young guys. I think Terrell said the same thing. You create a lot of anxiety early, and then once it clicks where you're like, oh, I'm good to go. You know what I mean? And but while I was joking about that voice is like, all that told me is 2 things. I don't want a player to have my voice inside their head. But secondly is like, okay, so those points are sticking with them.
A quick little injury update for you. Another day, another safety returned to practice. Mike Edwards was on the field. He's been dealing with a hamstring injury since early in training camp. Backup quarterback Mitch Trubisky watched practice with his leg in a brace. Also, rookie safety Cole Bishop continues to progress. He was on the practice field for a 2nd straight day and did positional drills wearing a non-contact red jersey. In Orchard Park, Josh Reed, News 4 Sports.
And when I mentioned Joe Andreessen the other day, he fits into that category of a player who stays ready so he doesn't have to get ready. When his number was called this past Saturday, he stepped up when his team needed him. It is a great quality that the Bills are able to possess in their players. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing more of that this season. But for now, that's all for Eyewitness Sports. We'll have your trending stories right after this.